people can go join the stream, right? So you can catch us that side, either Facebook or on YouTube. Nah? Search CMOS Africa YouTube channel. Today we're talking about Imibango, or an identity crisis, for those of you who've got surname-based issues. Now here's the wild part. I've got a lot of clients. Normally, Umbango is something that is conversed around uh, black people, right? But I've got a lot of clients and patients who are Indian, Muslim, right, and white. Some of them also have this identity crisis somewhat. And it's not just something that we as black people supposedly deal with, it's a thing in general. There is a ritual that, or there is a process that we must engage in to balance both sides, ideally. Yeah, we'll add now. To balance both sides. So, some of you guys are dealing with challenges like the rheumatoid, for example. Rheumatoid means you're overly acidic, meaning you're too one-sided, right? It can be the physical manifestation of an identity crisis. Definitely. I've got a patient like that. She's 66. She's had rheumatoid arthritis since 2018. She's done every procedure possible. She comes to see me. We then engage in regards to the matter from a spiritual context, only to find that she's supposed to be engaging a calling. But the reason she can't connect with this calling is because of this dispute between her father and mother's people. This is the identity crisis. Now, from a spiritual context, right? This dispute creates what? An inability for her to synergize the DNA, right? Remember, the helix here DNA is, imagine an S and another S, or the 8. In between the strands, they connect, right? But now, we mastered the art of engaging in rituals so that our genetics can fuse together smoothly. Remember, as above, so below. Now, if they don't come together smoothly, this creates so many challenges for us. So many challenges for us. Now, this can showcase itself in illnesses like rheumatoid arthritis. Now, if I give you context when I talk about the DNA, now it makes you understand, oh, damn. If the DNA is not fused properly, we can have physical complications, right? Okay, no problem, Mahari. Morning. I have a son who's a special child. What can I boost him with? Jessica Nyat. Hold on, just give me a moment. Sure, Nathan, how are you doing? I'm doing a live stream now. I can't really talk much. What's up?
Don't stress out. Give you a call in about an hour's time. You can finish up with the stream.
Cool, Nathan. Okay, Landsman Jessica, na? Landsman. Lelona, Babadi special children. Remember, I've just explained to you guys the DNA fusion, right? The DNA fusion. Nah? If the DNA doesn't fuse, it's like if I take a kidney from someone and they give it to me or we give it to another patient, this kidney, because of the differences genetically, even that's why they try and link it as close as possible by using the blood type. But sometimes still, the kidney doesn't synergize with the body. That should tell you. Now, Western medicine, where is it lacking? Actually, Western medicine is lacking in the spiritual understanding that no, we need to engage in ritual to allow this thing to set in. This is what Dingaka say they do. Okay, Baukaba, Baukenye ditlhare. If you ditlhare, they speak to the blood to then fuse the connection between you and whatever they are connecting you with, right? The energy to allow you to fight and protect yourself, for example, right? So now, Western medicine and herbal medicine can work together so closely if they see it, right? But they don't want to see it. Why? Because there's money in having your children as chronic patients for Ritalin or other types of like mental health medication, right? So, Jessica, with that context in mind, we can give the child lion's mane, nah? But also look into the spiritual context, yeah, the situation. Nah? When you say special, we need more detail as well. What do you mean by special? It's a pleasure, Nadia. How does the evil eye? I don't know. I don't use evil eye. We don't even have evil eye on the shelf, nah. Okay, Cubs. See you that side, bro. I don't. Not currently. Um, Pyrite, nah. Fool's gold. Tsindaba target. Triple protection bracelet. So on here, honali tiger's eye, honali hematite, honali obsidian. Then another hematite alone. Then lapis lazuli, nah? And then kanaking, what's this green one? Jade, nah? Jade. So I've never really worked with evil eye. Evil eye is basically supposedly said to expose. Let's Google it even because I've got the computer here. Evil eye. Evil eye, the blue one. Then it's got the center white. You see, it's the multicolor one. Evil eye bracelet. Images. Yeah, it's this blue one. Yeah, so it's said to protect against negative energy. That is believed to ward off negative energy. So now I'd work with obsidian in that case. So obsidian, black obsidian, nah? Or even intindabatagat, which is pyrite, nah? All right, Buffett. We're about 4 minutes from starting the stream that side. So make sure you have us on YouTube right now on your device, getting ready to watch. I will stay here. I just won't take questions from here. Now you'll be able to hear everything. You just won't be able to push questions through onto the stream. Now, all right, Buffett. Hope everyone that's tuning into the stream here on Facebook and YouTube. If the audio is good, drop me a thumbs up. I see there's some comments already. Okay, Fit. I see there's some comments already. Make sure you guys drop us questions around any issues you might have in regards to identity. Today's Kulmangan Imibango, as you can see here on the screen. Imibango, what is that? An identity crisis. When there's a dispute in regards to who you are from a spiritual context, right? Why? Because your parents did not unify correctly. Or if they did not unify correctly, they then did not engage in a process here aligning your things, right? And then in right? So if that is you, this topic is very important. What does this create? This creates an imbalance in your energy. You can't achieve the things you seek to achieve because there's always a back and forth pull in regards to who you are. These are the people who will then go and twasa, and then after twasa and come back and say they found Jesus. Yes, because the one guardian angel is more traditional, the other is more religious. But then they don't come back and tell us, or even in this salvation of finding Jesus, that their life is still a mess. Just as their life was a mess when they were doing the traditional healing thing. So these people tend to need to self-initiate, right? They tend to need to self-align, connect with the process of aligning libadimo themselves. The variables are set up like that deliberately so that we stop externalizing the connection with ourselves. Now, some of you, unfortunately, in this process see flames. You see serious flames. Serious flames. All right, cool. We go live for 40 minutes, 2 more 40 minutes, 10 to 10:40. What's good, King? Hope you're good, man. Welcome to the live stream. Shout out to you. Okay, countdown time. right, it's go time. Welcome to today's live stream buffet too. Before we go live, I want to talk about what we got going on today. Today, buffet Kimachita Monday, and as usual, we've got a 10% discount if you walk into our store, either the Durban or the Brakpan store. So Machita Monday is specifically for Machita. All men visiting us in store today get a 10% discount. Unfortunately, we can't do it online because we are yet to have some type of system that can do gender verification online. Rakwan. So if you want to come buy some of your favorites, o batla mpeso, o batla di-blood cleanser, o batla monna banneng, o batla herbs for diabetes, o batla mental health herbs like ashwagandha, make sure you visit us in store today for the Majita Monday special. Also, we've got a Majita Monday stream later today, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. We'll be talking all things Majita. Nah? If you've got questions from a spiritual context, from a physical context, we'll be tapping into that message or that information for you guys to be able to get the best in regards to aligning with what will serve you, right? Machita Monday, peace. Yeah, let me go live onto the screen now. But wait, back again, we're in studio. Let me close this laptop. We're in studio today. Imibango, as usual. It's Monday. What's the date? It's Monday, the 7th of October. Seven is a transitional number, right? So today is a good day to make change. Do not resist change. Today is the day of change. If you look at the number 7, it's a short distance this way, and then a straight line down. So for those of you with the life path 7 or the soul urge number 7, y'all are on the journey. Y'all change, y'all evolve. These are the people who they will spend maybe a short period of their life as a gangster, and then all of a sudden they're a pastor, right? They'll be a gangster, then all of a sudden they're a pastor. Extreme opposites. This is why they're so smart. A nice example I like to make now, someone that is trending is Sylvester Mfuke Lamona Ke logo. Yeah, when he talks about his journey and his story, you hear how who he was in the past was not the best person, but now he's changed. He's different. Baba, these are the 7s. Nah? If you are resistant to change, today is a good day to change. Today is a good day to let go of bad habits and take a new path, because this is the energy of change. Now you can use the energy of the day to action the change. You want to let go of things that don't serve you. Today is the day. Nah? 7. La kwa bafethu. 7. Nah? All right, cool. Let's see what comments we have now. All right, Carol's in the stream. Madlamini, hope you're good. Thank you for joining us again. Here's another one. Kitami, Aslani Pane TV, Kitami Bafeti, ne? Watch more. We stream Monday to Thursday, 10 a.m. in the mornings. To never miss an episode, make sure you're subscribed and make sure you hit the bell icon so that you can get reminders. Nah? All right. Mrena PRT, he's back again. Dumelang batho ba baholo, kopa ho botsa. Ha hona bothata mfetsi. Drop your questions. Make sure the question is aligned with the topic ya kajeno, na? Grace is also back again. Hope you're good, Grace. Welcome back. Okay. Gyomran. Let's see. I once went to a traditional healer. They lit up blue and yellow candles without placing water in front of them, then put me in photo. Can the blue and the yellow candles be used for other rituals? Definitely. Definitely. I understand why they were doing that. The color blue plus yellow in combination creates green. And perhaps because futong sa hao, golia hao nelubula dilo tsa hao. But now perhaps maybe you've got this identity crisis thing. So the blue and the yellow combination brings us to greener pastures. And now traditional healers understand the dynamics of balance. This is an exact science, Buffet. So definitely, you can. You can be in a 9-day cycle more futang. Sometimes I do that. Ko file swash or ko file motho o futang ka ona, o kgantsha dikganya tsa hao wa rapela. Ha ntse o kene ka mola, o futa dikganya le tsona. They're stoking, right? The light. We're trying to bring you closer to the light. And now, the light itself tells us where you are. I'm talking about the size of the candle light. One time we'll create some content on that. my understanding of reading candles. All right. Internally, everyone has the light. Nah? Kerese. It's in the spine. All right. It's called the Christos oil. It illuminates. For those who can see it, it illuminates. This is why the Illuminati say they're on a process of illumination. It's not as negative as they make it out to be. Those who don't understand, when they talk about this, when you've balanced all three aspects of the self, right? 33% yourself, 33% your mother, 33% your father. It makes the nine. If you understand geometry, an equilateral triangle like this, nah? Each angle is 60 degrees. Nah? Each angle is 60 degrees. There's balance there. 6 is 9. Right? The all-seeing eye of Horus. This is it. Nah? It's not as evil as they make it out to be. So definitely, Buff. They were working on amplifying your light in this process. Definitely. I definitely agree with this one. Remember, in this space, no one is better than the other. No one knows more than the other. The moment any healer wants to say to you, no, you are wrong, this means that they're trying to box you into their ideology. Yes, there are moments where you can be wrong and they can provide perspective to guide you, but it should not be such that perhaps you're undergoing a spiritual path and you tell the healer, no, but my people showed me this in a dream, and then they say, nah, this is how we do it. Then there's something off with that person. Nah. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what more we got. Let's see. Mpo Maps. What does it mean, dreaming river water in red transparent color? Hey, Mpo Maps. Firstly, dream interpretation is not generic. We can dream the exact same dream, but because our subconscious operates differently. Remember, when your people put together dreams for you, they use the subconscious memory bank to put together a picture that you might understand. Right? Therefore, you should speak to your people when you're having dreams like this. I like to refer to this as advanced prayer. What do I mean by advanced prayer? You have detailed conversations around the things that you are dreaming about, the things you are seeing. So you go to the candles, the blue and the yellow candle once again. You pray. I had a dream last night. I saw myself next to a river, and this river had a red transparent color. I don't quite understand what it means. Please come forward to me with an understanding. Why I say this is because we need to shy away from generic dream interpretation, because you can dream about something that's quite intense and it shifts your emotional position, but your people weren't trying to scare you. But because of who you are and how you're wired, and maybe you go Google, then you worry the entire time, right? So speak to your people, ask them. This is why I'm not even going to give you an interpretation of the dream, because you're then going to take what I say as the gospel. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to master the art of connecting with your people. Now, I know it might be frustrating in this moment that you're not getting the answers you need, but the answers are with you, bro. The answers are not external. The answers are with you. All I can do is basically give generic, interpretation based off my understanding. But this dream is too boxed in, it's short. There's not enough detail. Where was this river? What was happening? What were you doing at this river? We need more detail so that we can at least put together what we think might be the interpretation. But I suggest you talk to your people in regards to this. Okay, let's see. We've got another question here. Morning. I have started the 2 candles and 2 bowls of water on Saturday. Since I started, I've had headaches on my left, and my shoulder is also painful. I am left-handed. Hard as it is, I soldier on. I wonder if it is because now Sebatle and Bawimela, right, and they're catching you maybe in low vibration. Talk to them about this. I've started this process of connecting with you and aligning with you, and it seems like the left side is sort of weighing heavy on me, and I'm having this discomfort. How do I navigate? How do I tackle it? Because the spiritual path does have these complications. Now, we need to balance the soul of man in connection with the temple being the body. right? When they talk about Solomon, that's what they mean. Or the temple of Solomon, the temple of the soul of man, they are referring to the body. Yes. Now, the soul of man or this temple needs to operate at a vibration that is ready to handle the frequency that Mangeloy will come with. Hasebadula Huayana. Right? So perhaps you might need to engage in some type of spiritual process to raise your vibration so that as you navigate this path, you don't deal with the discomfort you're dealing with right now. All right? My suggestion would be speak to them. So I'd speak to my people. Also, this thing is trial and error, by the way. So what can you do now to raise your vibration? Ukafuta, all right? Ukahlapa. And we can be as simple as doing things like praying for water and then or praying for water, using salts, asking them perhaps to give you alignment. This thing, we're in that age now, Buffet, where we are putting together the body of work that will serve you uniquely. And not this thing, not to say that that won't work for you, right? Not to say that that won't work for you. But now sometimes the intervals between you and going to see ngaka are too long. And this creates weaknesses, right? What type of weaknesses? Weaknesses where you can deal with spiritual attacks because you yourself don't have the spiritual IQ to navigate accordingly. No? Okay, 10, 11. Let's see. Purple effect. What's good? Sawubona Mkhulu, can you generally please explain the topic to understand if you don't mind? No problem, King. So, hubakwa or ukubangwa abantu abadala is when, simply put, your parents, one, they did not get married, and then they had you outside of wedlock. Now, traditionally, that is. Right? What is a traditional wedding? From my understanding, it might differ from everyone. From my understanding, khwaloboliwa and then khwahlabisa kamo le kamo. KaZulu, the other part ba re ko qaqa. Mara ka Sotho rona bontate ba hlabisetsa bomme and then ba ga bomme ba hlabisetsa ba ga bontate. This is the ritual to connect each union, right? What will then happen? It will be the first time the man will be allowed to enter the shrine where his wife's family speaks to the ancestors, right? He will then formally be introduced to the ancestry. No, this is the man that your daughter is leaving with. She's going to now build a life with him there. Then they leave. Then ha ba fitla ha bo monna o hlabisetsa mosadi, then ho etsahalang, this is when the woman is introduced or ba mtshela ka nyoko. It's unique to everyone, but now every ritual operates in a trilogy, right? It operates in threes. Once again, here's this three, the balance, right? Yes, we call upon our guardian angels so that they can come and unify. What are we doing? Joining the DNA, right? Sequencing properly so that the offspring that is born under this union will not have issues around the imbalance. So that when we say you are 33% your mother and 33% your father, there isn't genetic and spiritual issues in this union. What then happens? If then this has not happened, perhaps you then grow up under your mother's side, you carry your mother's surname, but your father's people had things that they wanted to give you, certain gifts that they wanted to align with you. They struggled to connect with you. Why? Because the rituals weren't done. And in them struggling to connect with you, this creates problems for you because now the guardian angels start to dispute over you. Right? Right? Okay. Now, if we talk about the temple of man, again, we've got the left pole and the right pole. Israel, ne? Isis, Ra, and El, which is the Elohim, right? What is the Elohim? The light body, ne? It's the third eye, right here in the middle. Like I said, the three. Notice the three, the constant pattern of the three. Now we need to balance the relationship between Isis and Ra so that we can open the El, right? Israel. So that the Temple of Solomon can operate on true synergy. If we look at the Merkaba, it's two triangles, one up, one down. Né? one up, one down. In fact, it's a tetrahedron. Nah? Tetrahedron. Nah? If you go Google the Merkaba, is to balance you, mother and father. The Mer, the Ka, and the Ba. Nah? The Mer, the Ka, and the Ba. These things need to synergize properly. This is an exact science. This is why we're doing these rituals. Now, if the Mer, the Ka, and the Ba are not balanced, then your light body does not spin fast enough, right? Therefore, you do not create the vortex energy you need to create. Therefore, it affects your electromagnetic frequency. Therefore, you're in what is said to be either low vibration. Nah? What do you then do? Attract low vibrational moments. So Ukbama will create issues like you will be a magnet perhaps for a certain thing because now your mother's vibration is high in that moment. So they want you to maybe go the church route while simultaneously building a career in this particular industry. Then your father's people are like, nope, not a chance. They then come in from a low vibrational context and then they pull you in. And then maybe they want you to operate more traditionally. And then there you are. Now, there might be mistakes like engaging in Intwaso when you're not supposed to engage in Intwaso under that context. Remember, Umbango does not mean that you must engage in a spiritual calling and now become a healer, right? It just means that these two people, initially when there was an agreement, they said, we'll come together and this child will have something from you and something from me. This combination will allow them to work together so that they can achieve the grand goal going forward, right? I hope this gives you context, purple effect, no? So if you know that you've got this challenge around your identity because your parents didn't unify correctly, then this topic is for you. Now, the question always is, how do I now navigate? First and foremost, someone must self-initiate. They must engage in spiritual practice to self-discover why there are no external solutions. Remember, there must never be a bias. So perhaps we start to do work together. In me trying to assist you, we've got a very short amount of time together. Up until the other guardian angel realizes, these ones, they're busy, huh? They're busy. And now, obviously, the dispute is what? Who is bringing you closer to the light? Right? When actually the light is supposed to be found collectively. The light is supposed to be found collectively, together, but they'll never come together under certain circumstances. But now we figured out the solution. The solution is to leave the surname thing in the prayer process. What do we mean by this? Engage in neutral prayer. Nah? What does that mean? We do not call upon surnames, we call upon Mangelo ya Khanya. We call upon Ingelosi Zokhanya. We call upon our guardian angels that perpetuate the light. No? I say this in 3 different languages so that all of you can understand. So let's do a mock-up prayer quickly. I'm gonna start Kasot or Kaspedi. Ne? Tobala Ramasedi ke Thabo. Notice I don't mention my surname. Ke bitsa lena le Mangelo ya Khanya a ka ga bomme la ga bontate. Thokoza Mdali, uThabo. Ngibiza wena nengelosi zami zokukhanya zakha bomama nezakha bobaba. Hello God, this is Thabo. I'm calling upon you and my guardian angels from my mother and father's side, those who perpetuate the light. Now, so for those of you who now are on this process, this is what you will do. This is the opening line in your prayer. Second line, I've come to understand that I've got this identity crisis because maybe you now know the deeper details. Then you mention the details. No, my mom and dad did not marry under this context. Or I was born an orphan, right? Whatever the context is. And now it's creating issues for me because spiritually I'm struggling to align and find purpose. Now, I'm here to speak to you guys as my guardian angels to do what? Help me align my things so that I can create a connection independent of other people with you guys. Therefore, you will not need the rituals unless they say so, right? Some of you will engage in neutral prayer perpetually. Now, some of you will engage in neutral prayer perpetually. Why? Because Vele, the surname, is an earthly construct. If you understand that we're multidimensional, right? We're a multidimensional being, meaning there's multiple versions of you all over. What does this mean? This means that you've got different names in all these dimensions, right? You've got different names in all these dimensions. So let's go to root. Let's go to root. What is the root? Angels, gods, and goddesses, right? We're calling upon the true essence of who we are. Now, this is why if you Google what a cherubim is, you see that it's got eyes all over, the all-seeing eye of Horus. Why? It's to look at you and monitor you from all these dimensions. That's why an angel has got eyes all over. Maybe let me show you guys an image of what I'm talking about. Cherubim. Nah, man. It's not giving me what I want. They like to make these illustrations. I can't find an image of what I want so that I can show you guys. Okay, when you've got a moment, you'll notice it's got the wings, and then with the wings, it's got eyes all over. Nah? Now these eyes are the all-seeing eyes of Horus. That's what they mean. Because they gotta monitor you in all dimensions. Nah? Hope this gives you context, right? Now, the initial assignment given to them by God is to guide us and protect us. Then, in return, what do? We engage in a process of amplifying their energy, right? This is why we do ancestral work. This is why we engage in the rituals. So, for those of you who are Christian now are questioning, hey, ancestral worship, no, bullshit. It's balance. Remember, everything operates in trilogy. God creates us, the angels protect and guide us. We engage in ritual to revere these two, to give these two power. Why? As above, so below, right? It's all an aspect of balance. Now, there are those who disputed this. They then became the fallen angels, Satan, nah? And his friends or her friends. We're still establishing whether Satan is male or female. Nah? In fact, that shouldn't be a topic even. Yeah, one day we'll tap in on that and talk in deeper detail in regards to that. So now, those fallen angels are in an eternal dispute with us because we are made in the image of God. It is at the core jealousy that is fueling the devil's dispute with us. This is why jealousy is the most dangerous vibration of all, second to fear. Second to fear, jealousy. Because the moment you position in the vibration of jealousy, you're talking to the devil. That's when because they're jealous. That's when you speak ill of other people because they're jealous. That's when liloya bathu because they're jealous. At the core, let's be honest. If there's anyone watching the stream right now and there's someone you're jealous of, lose that emotion now. And now here's the thing. That's the scam that the devil is running because the longer you in that vibration of jealousy, the more it etches you into that vibration. Here's what it's going to do. Remember, we're on an ascension process. And now these fallen angels have figured out a way to make us drop, right? Why? Because they want to drop us into a vibration where they can catch us in the lower realms so that we can then utilize our manifestation power to serve their agenda. Now, some of you don't see that. Some of you don't see that. So some of you will then die and drop into a low vibrational state. You'll drop into first dimension, second dimension, and you will be there with the demons. Onyela. Nah? Okay, 1 minute to break. It's ad break time. I'll come back to continue this topic. Ad break time. Kana ne se re buile ka Machita or Kenya stinging net so. All right, Buffet, this herb here. This herb is called stinging nettle. What are the benefits of stinging nettle? Stinging nettle helps to treat enlarged prostate. So the men who have issues around their prostate, stinging nettle is great for that. For women, it helps to relieve menopause symptoms. So if you bleed excessively during your periods, it's an astringent. If you have painful period pains, it's great for that. It helps to fight allergies. Nah? It's an anti-inflammatory packed with antioxidants, improves health of pregnant women. Nah? Helps to treat Alzheimer's, and then one of its biggest benefits is that it's a blood cleanser. It helps to lower blood pressure. Stinging nettle is an amazing all-round herb in terms of cleansing the blood. So we've got the capsules. We've also got the herb that you can consume in herbal tea form. So for those of you with any of the issues on screen right now, get yourself some stinging nettle. Peace. Let's get back into it. So like I said, some of you are falling for the trap set up deliberately by these low vibrational entities to then drop you into lower vibrational dimensions. You understand? Now you think that you are acting in your favor because you're slowing down that other individual in the process yahum lawyer or in the process yahum sabotage as a result of jealousy, but actually you're fucking yourself. Remember, the soul's journey is eternal. The soul has a long journey to go. And then now, when you drop into a low vibrations, how long do you think it's going to take you to raise your vibration such that your Merkaba can push you into the higher realms? Litlo swahaba. Litlo swahaba. Yalchayela bafethi. So dangerous. Nah? So dangerous. All right, let's take some more comments and see what you guys have for us. Let's keep moving. Back one. Let's see. Okay. Okay, spoiler. Dominguez. Fala português. I recently dreamt of my late mom. We had a big argument fight. This was the first time in Ipupa since Washona 2019. Yeah, that one is obvious, Bafo. Khona hambayo that are not aligned with who you are. Lezangazithandi. No? So perhaps you should pray and talk to her, because what you do not want is for them to turn and then shake your life up. Wawa? So please use the blue and the yellow candle and then call upon your guardian angels like I suggested earlier, and then mention that I had a dream in regards to my mom. And my mom was not happy. We were having a big dispute, and for it to be the first dream you have and not her telling you that wherever she is, she's okay, and not her basically coming forward with, positive energy towards you. Big problem, nah? Big problem. So engage your mom and find out, nah? Forbes lash tinted CMOS Africa. Is there a specific way to put candles, e.g. blue candle on the left side or right side? Okay, the blue candle sits on the left side. It represents the feminine, nah? It represents Nkhono. It represents the prophetic aspect. It represents the water-based work that we do. Then the yellow candle sits on the right. It represents the masculine. It represents my father's people. It represents Dingakachupi. It represents Badimbanaha, the gods of nature. The blue represents the gods of the waters. These two have come together to work together in synergy through me. So you can set them up like that so that you can now have like that as your start point. If they then come to you in a dream and say, no, switch it up, then you switch it up. Then you switch it up. Rakwan, that's a great question, Forbes. Let's see, I'm cool. Does it happen that abantu abadala ubaba wethu wasihlawula, but all the problems we are having, it's linked to one problem, which is ukubangwa? So what should I do at this point? Given Yusuf, what's good? Okay, mhlambe uhlawulile, but he did not finish everything that needed to be done. Remember, the rituals operate in three. Uyahlawula, makaqeda ukuhlawula, then perhaps bayanibika kini ukuthi ubaba uzonenzela imbeleko, right? So your mother's people allow that, no, the kids are going to their father's people, right? And then when amafika khabo baba bakho bakuyenzela imbeleko, right? Nah? Also, remember, move in this direction with caution. Sometimes you do not need to go and engage in a ritual where that's gonna ground you in your father's people. Sometimes it's just why? Because your father's people have not done right by your mother's people. We do not want to upset. We do not want to upset your mother's people. So case by case is delicate. We do not rush. Nah? We exercise patience. So, like I said, we just mentioned the blue and the yellow candle, right? So you must always operate with balance in your prayer process. Super important. Then, once you operate with this balance using the blue and the yellow candle, you talk to them about this. Bantabatal, nina ingelosi zami zokukhanya from my mother and father's side. Please come forward so that we can have this discussion in regards to this problem enginayo. It's come to my attention that nina niyangibanga and njengoba ningibanga, from my understanding, I thought that everything was done in regards to my things. Ubaba wasihlawula, but it seems that still this problem is persistent. Now, I need you guys to guide me because out there it's rough. Out there, they might manipulate me because I'm seeking guidance and alignment. So I'm here now to talk to you guys neutrally so that you guys can come and provide me perspective as to how I must navigate. Now, do this over a 9-day cycle. Then perhaps next week on the stream, join us again and let us know what happened. What are we looking for? We're looking for revelations, right? Now, sometimes the revelations, they come through dreams. Nah? So sometimes we're waiting for dreams. But now some of you are not dreamers. So sometimes it's just thoughts, vision, or people. But I hate the external one, right? Why? Because the external one leaves you vulnerable to manipulation. So in fact, no, let's leave the external one out. Let's focus on the dreams. Let's focus on the intuition in you being led by your people. Let's tell them that we want them to come direct to you to then lead you and guide you in regards to this matter. Then you see how it will play out for you after that. This for me is a tried and tested method because I'm talking about a problem that I've had personally myself that I was able to overcome to then connect with the calling, right? So the blue and the yellow candle is so critical of it, right? It is the one tool. Blue and yellow in combination, these two colors create green. Now, if you know what we use the green candle for, is when we're praying for izinto zethu ukuthi zikhanye, prosperity, we're seeking greener pastures. But now, if wabakwa, and we know that greener pastures are as a combination of your mother and father's people, we then split, we separate the energies that create this green. Hence, we use blue and yellow candle. This should give you detail now. Why we're doing it the way we're doing it. To then at a certain point in time have the green candle there in the middle. What will the green candle then do? The green candle will tell you if these two are synergized. Nah? But we start now first, blue and yellow. Then as we develop, day 36, nah? Later on in our process, do we then bring in the blue candle and see, okay, what is the green candle telling us now in regards to this process that we've been on? Dikano. How does one know Wabakwa? Good question. Your life should be an indication of this. What do I mean? You know that your parents did not get married. You know that your parents do not do traditional rituals. So the chances are high that Wabakwa. Okay, fine. Your situation might also be like that, but your life seems to be fine. Everything is fine. Okay, do not change anything under that context. Do not go dig up things that are not going to serve you. Just continue, right? And also, pray and talk to your people. I think you're asking this question because you have an inclination that perhaps wabakwa. So I don't want the topical symptoms. Now, the symptoms also showcase like a one-sided perspective. You're too Christian to the extent where umzalwane, such that you even judge other people. Now, bazalwane who judge other people who engage in ancestry work, that's low vibrational and they think they are righteous. Now, let me tell you what happens. Mangiloi arhabaka, they can create a situation where they turn you into mzalwane vele. What? Because they know they want to block you from either your mother or father's people. There you are, overly Christian, such a bigot, right? Extreme bigot, because you can't even allow people to do their own thing without judging them. Connectile wena from a low vibrational context, right? Connectile wena from a low vibrational context. That word, born again is what? That should be the question. Because you've taken a covenant with this angel that says to you, when you'll only focus on this side. Then juxtapose. Some of you go and engage a process ya twasa when you're not supposed to twasa. Why? Because the goal being what? For you to take a blood covenant that's going to connect you so that it can separate you with the other. Who said we can operate with balance? So it's these sort of things, Dikano, that showcase one-sided illnesses. Nah? Your left side, you've got an issue on the left side, left foot, left leg, or right leg, right? So it is this type of thing that creates these challenges for us. Nah? Now we have to look case by case, moment by moment, situation by situation. Nah? If my parents are not married, do I need? Yes, I get it. 33% yourself, 33% your father. We cannot have a triangle that's like this. This is not a triangle. The strongest shape in the universe is a triangle. This. Nah? Now, and if you notice the angle at the top, nah, this angle here at the top, it connects this side with this side. So your mother, your father, they come together to create you. You are this angle here that's at the top. Nah? So 30 degrees your mother, 30 degrees your father. This angle size here, 60 degrees. I get it, this is an equilateral triangle. Rakwan. Hence it creates the all-seeing eye of Horus. Nah? So this is why people babakiwang now have challenges. How about loyiwa? It's easy loyiwa because you're like this one most of the time. So this is an opening. Nah? Or you're like this. So this is what you're saying. Do you observe your paternal side? Yes, you do, because look at this opening here. Your paternal side needs to come in and create this closure, right? So that you're fully protected from all angles. So now you do not call the surnames under context that these people are disputing, right? You do not call the surnames. You call upon your guardian angels from your mother and father's side. Then allow them to do the rest. Huh? Okay, let's see what Buntle has to say. Okay, 10:37, almost go time. How will you know if both sides are no longer fighting for you? From my side, it could be that when my mom got married, I was given her husband's surname when I was young. Awana, this one is also another problem. This thing of parents getting married and bringing children into the marriage and then taking that child and giving that child the stepfather's surname, problem. So Buntle, revert to the neutral prayer process. Talk to your people. How must you navigate? Right? Blue and yellow candle. No? Neutral prayer. Engage them. Tell them around the situation you're facing. And then ask for guidance. Why? Because the answers, they sit with you. Because if the answers sit externally, you're vulnerable to manipulation under the context you're in. Because these angels are coming for you from a low vibrational context. No? Okay, let's see. My name is Nombulel. Unja Nombulel. I dreamt about my mother's siblings deceased gathering at a house, and your mother is nowhere to be found. She's late. Ever since my mother passed away, I never dreamt of her, and this is not good for me. It's stressing me. Please help. Okay, Nombulelo, like I said, use the blue and the yellow candle. Call upon your guardian angels. Tell them this thing. You want to know if Mama la kono right. Right? Call upon your guardian angels. Nah? You want to know if wherever your mom is she laid to rest properly? Nah? Buffet, the moment we master the art of independent spiritual practice, right, we save ourselves from so much out there. Trust me on that one. Nah? We save ourselves. So talk to your people. Talk to you. If your people then want you to go see a medium who's then gonna go channel your mother so that your mother can give you messages, then you'll get that. You'll get that revelation. Or no, you must go see X and X. This person will be well aligned to give you the messages. So use your blue and your yellow candle, talk to them about this challenge, and then ask them for guidance because you wanna know if umamura is lakho. Yeah, all right, guys, please hit the like button. Nah, please hit the like and the share button. Nicole, I'm good. What's good with you? Thank you for joining us again. Welcome back. Pumlani, good question. I started using CMOS. Can I take it in the morning before an intense workout? I take it raw, definitely. Nah? It's a pleasure, Nicola. Don't forget, we're about to go now. Our stream ends now, 10:40. Remember, you can catch us later today. Today we've got a stream, Machita Monday. So share the stream with your husbands, your boyfriends, your brothers. Nah? Share it with them. We're touching on all things male related from a spiritual context and a herbal medicine context. Nah? Khunzi. If my parents did not unify the correct way, then does my father's side have the right for a lack of? Yeah, yeah. I've explained it with this analogy already, right? If we move this side and we say, nah, we're not going to focus on the father's people, right? This is why we say neutral prayer. Neutral prayer. You do not want to anger either one of the sides, right? Because maybe your mother's people are just. I've got a patient now. They were here yesterday. Okay, fine. The mother's angry at the father. Okay, the mother was born and then her mother passed away when she was still young. The father then decided, nah, since the mother's passed away, he's not going to be present. So this lady, who is the mother, was raised by her paternal side. Nah? In her being raised by her paternal side, now the father's people spiritually wanted her. Yes, the father engaged in whatever he engaged in. He decided to move the way he did. And therefore, she's angry at the father because of that, having been abandoned by the father. But now, her whole life, she's had now this issue, because the father's people, they want her. So much so that it's now passed on to her son. Nah? Her son now. So energy never dies. We can never leave a vacuum, right? We have to close the loop. Nah? So with that said, Khunze, now my suggestion to you is neutral prayer. Neutral prayer so that you don't anger anyone. Why? Because you see that your life is not going the way you want it to. And this means also operating from a position of forgiveness. Some of you, you're angry at your parents because of whatever they did. But now remember, your parents do not they do not represent the full body of your people. There are some of your guardian angels who love you, and they would have never abandoned you under certain contexts, just like perhaps your father or your mother did. And now this is the challenge you're having, Mama. Sometimes. Okay, Buffett. I'm not gonna be able to take more questions. Time for me to go now. I'll catch up with you guys again tomorrow, nah? Catch up with you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow we do self-initiation numerology. So for those of you who know you've got a calling, or for those of you who just have an interest with this self-initiation thing, or for those of you who have an interest in the numerology, the numbers they don't lie. We will look at the numbers, nah, and engage in regards to the numbers, nah. And then if you want to join the live tomorrow, I'll share the stream link. Sorry, Mbongi and Itwala, I didn't share the link with you guys to be able to join the stream today. No? Catch you again tomorrow on the stream. Hope you guys have a good day. You guys must take care of yourselves. Remember, all the answers are within you. Nah? All the answers are within you. I know it might not make sense right now, but it will at a certain point in time. Do not allow spiritual manipulation to get the better of you, because these ones, they'll manipulate you. Nah? All right, cool.